right, welcome back. And this week we are talking about a little bit more on what we were talking about last week. Last week was all about how important it is to know your niche, to be really aligned with your niche, to have a very clear idea of who they are, what they need, what their pain points are. And if you've never done that kind of activity before, I really encourage you to go listen to the episode, work through those things, and get a lot of clarity in that, because it's going to help you be so much more effective with some of the things we're talking about coming up in the next few weeks. And if you already have an established business, it's always good to go back and revisit that. Do I really know my customers? Do I know what kind of people I appeal to? And am I meeting their needs? Am I communicating in a way that draws in more of those kinds of people into my business? So today we're going to be talking about a lead magnet. And a lead magnet might bring up different ideas in your mind about email marketing and being salesy and like funnels. And what I want to erase from your mind is this idea that a lead magnet has to be something sleazy or pushing something on people that they don't need or trying to trick them into something. That's not at all what we're about here. We are about knowing who your audience is and serving them with things they actually need. Okay, so if you've already done the work and you know your audience and you know what they need, a lead magnet is a free offering that you can give them that will give them an immediate benefit. Okay, it's going to give them an immediate transformation or immediately improve something in their life. So it's something that is very, very in tune with what they need, with their pain points. And it's going to be so connected to one of their pain points that when they see it, they're going to go, oh my gosh, I need that. It's going to be a no-brainer, right? They're going to see it and they're going to know that's what I'm looking for. That's what I need. Oh my gosh, it's free. I can get that right now. That's awesome. And what this does is it starts a relationship between you and that person. It gets them on your email list. That's great. It introduces them to your other offerings and services, even better. But it starts a relationship built on trust. So they now see you as a person who can help them, who is not trying to scam them because you actually help them. You're not trying to trick them. And someone who knows what they're talking about, right? Because you help them. So it's a really, really beneficial thing. But how do you create something like that that's going to have that kind of impact on your business? And this can be a process of trial and error. And you might have multiple lead magnets, and you might have ones you use at different times of the year or in different ways. And you can have lots of them. That's fine. But let's make sure that we get at least one really good one up and running, because it's going to help you start to get new people to your business, and it's going to start growing an email list. Now, if you don't currently do email marketing, I encourage you to start some measure of email marketing, because even though in this day and age, people are on social media maybe saying that email marketing is dead, it's not. People still do open their emails, and it's a way that you can reach more people. And you can also do text marketing instead of email marketing as a way to reach a younger audience. If you're like, no, my audience does not open emails, I'm reaching younger people, that's fine. But let's look into text marketing, because you can use it the same exact way, right? And then you're texting them. And again, I don't mean texting them like sales and offers and things like that. Of course, if you have a good relationship with them, then you can send them like, hey, I'm having a sale or a special deal, and they're going to open it and be like, cool, I want to do that. But we want to make sure that you're sending high value content to your people. So when someone joins your email list or your texting list, then you are only going to send them stuff that's actually going to help them. Okay, so maybe you are blogging or podcasting, or you're sending out weekly emails with tips, but make sure that the content you send out is actually helpful and not just trying to get them to buy stuff, because otherwise they will unsubscribe, right? So if your emails are painful and salesy and pushy, they're going to unsubscribe right away. And then what was the point? So you need to make sure that the content you send people on your list is really, really helping them on a regular basis, because you're establishing that relationship. So let's create a lead magnet. Okay, so what's something that could be a lead magnet for you? Some examples could be an ebook, a guide, a template, a checklist, a workbook, a webinar, a series of videos, a how-to, something that you're teaching them. I've seen people that have fitness businesses or yoga businesses, and they do like a 5-part video series that introduces a certain technique or, helps people to improve in a certain area. So you need to be thinking about what is actually going to help your audience. And the mistake I see people make is that they just do something that's easy for them to make, but not necessarily something that people need. If it's something they can get easily by like Googling, and they can just go on YouTube and learn the same thing or get the same thing, it's not really that valuable to them. So you need to really think about, like, do they actually need this? This is actually something they might be looking for, and how will it help them? And then you want to make sure that you're conveying that to them. So what are you calling it? And how are you talking about it? So you want something that's going to grab their attention, that's going to be really compelling to them, and it's going to hook them in, right? So overcome this thing with these 3 steps, or learn how to achieve XYZ with ABC. You're painting a picture for them of immediately, like, I'm going to teach you how to do this thing. I'm going to teach you how to overcome this thing. And of course, that's really connected to their pain points and what they need, right? So if you have a really good idea of what those people are looking for, then you can really clearly communicate, like, stop feeling this way and learn how to do this so you can feel this way. And in this guide, I'm going to teach you 1, 2, 3 so that you no longer have to deal with ABC. Right? And then going forward, you'll be able to do XYZ because your life is so much better, blah, blah, blah. So you're really being clear with them how this resource, how this free thing is immediately going to help them, what it does, what they're going to overcome, how their life's going to look after, and all the things that are inside it, so that they go, oh yeah, that's high value, right? That's really high value, and I'm going to opt in for that immediately. And you really want to make sure that you have a visually appealing design for your lead magnet. Spend some time, if it's going to be an ebook or a guide or a checklist or something like that, get on Canva and use their templates. You can hire someone like me to help you make it. That's one of the things I do. But you want to make sure that you make something that's eye-catching, that's going to appeal to your audience. And then you have to set it up in such a way that they can get it. So you need a website. You need a landing page that they can opt in easily, that's going to communicate to them, that's going to be appealing to them. They can then go grab that free thing. And you need a contact management system, a CRM, so that when they grab your freebie, it automatically delivers the freebie to them. So again, automation saves you time, and we're all about saving time on this podcast. You need to be able to deliver that automatically and grow an email list. Okay. And when I teach people about, like, developing a system or a strategy here, automation is huge, because if you are like me and you're juggling different things, I homeschool my kids, I work from home, I've got 2 dogs I have to take out for a walk. Sometimes my life goes completely upside down. We need to be able to be flexible, and automation gives you flexibility. Having a good system gives you flexibility, so that I can sit down 1 day a month and maybe record all my podcasts, or I can schedule all my emails, or I can do all my blog posts or whatever. I can plan all my social media ahead of time, so I don't have to be doing it every single day. And that's how you spend more time with your family, work smarter, not harder, by developing these kinds of systems. So if you don't have a way to have an email list, if you don't have a website or a landing page or any of those options yet, let's talk so that you can set up a lead magnet that's going to really draw in the right people for you, and you have a strategy of, okay, now that they're on my list, now what? Because that's just step 1. Getting them on your list is step 1. Now you need to build a relationship with them. You need to lead them to your other offers and services, and we need to turn those people from leads into customers. So how are you going to do that? What's the strategy there? And that just takes a little bit of time to develop, but you can definitely talk to me about how that can work. Because really what we're looking at doing is building and nurturing relationships with these people so that they become longtime customers for you. So maybe you have to test a lead magnet for a while, see how it performs, and either make it better or create a different one. And you might have to change it out a few times to get something that really works well for you, but that's worthwhile to put in the time to do that, because it's going to be a really useful tool for your business. All right. And I would love to hear your ideas. If you have a lead magnet already, what are you doing? What are some ideas you have in your head about what you could create for your business? And leave me some comments and let me know what you're thinking, and I'll give you my thoughts on if that's going to be something that's of value to your audience and how that can look for you. So I hope that gave you something to think about this week, and I will be back next week. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.